What's up everybody, it's Robin Gaming here. Now it's already 6 months ago that I made a video called Uncharted 4 It's Coming. I made that video all the way back in October, and basically I made all my predictions there on the launch of Uncharted 4. You know, stuff like the release date, the announcement date, and all stuff like that. I also promised a video about the PlayStation 4, which came in December, 2 months after that, and I called it PlayStation 4 It's Coming. Basically in there I pretty much did the same. I pretty much made some predictions on the launch, on the release date, some of the features and stuff like that. Now both videos were received pretty well. I mean, the Uncharted 4 It's Coming video has got over 150,000 views right now, and the PlayStation 4 video over 30,000 views, plus it was featured on Machinima, causing it 90,000 views as well, which was just, yeah, it was really great to see that a lot of people saw that video. And basically in this video I pretty much wanna update you on all my predictions that I had on Uncharted 4. This video is called Uncharted 4 It's Coming Closer, because it truly is. And in this video I will give you all the predictions on Uncharted 4 that I have. Basically, you know, updating you on all the predictions that I had in the last video, if I still think those, you know, if I still think that's gonna happen, what I said in there, basically all that. But I just want to quickly look back at those two videos that I just mentioned, you know, Uncharted 4 Is Coming and PlayStation 4 It's Coming. So you know, pretty much I had a lot of comments, of course. The videos had a lot of views, so I also got a lot of comments, and people told me their opinions, and that was also, you know, it was really great to see. Now 90% of the comments were of course really nice, like always, but there's always this 10% of people that just come with these random comments. Now it went from people just not agreeing with my predictions, which of course is fine. I mean, we all have our own opinions. I can't stress that out enough. We all have our own opinions, and we can all think differently, of course. And I don't mind when I see people telling me that, you know, I think the PlayStation 4 is going to be announced in 2014. Sure, that may very well be the truth. So if people think that, you know, that won't surprise me or something. But it also went to people telling me I didn't know shit, literally. And even to people who were saying that the PlayStation 4 wasn't going to come out till 2018 or 2019, which was just, you know, it was pretty mind-blowing to me to read that. And that's what I already told that in those videos, actually, that I really, you know, I have a lot of problems with people just being very ignorant, not well informed, and then just, you know, coming with these random statements, just telling us how we're all very wrong and how they are all right. And I mean, I couldn't do anything, of course, because nothing had been announced at the time, so I couldn't really say, no, you're wrong, because there is no wrong or right, because it was all predictions, of course. And that is why on the 1st of February, when Sony came with this awesome, like, PS4 teaser trailer, I was very relieved to see that. And I just thought, like, you know, now I can finally show people that that the PS4 is coming and stuff like that. But of course, I still didn't really have any real factual information at that time, because basically there were still people saying, no, it's not going to be the PS4 and stuff like that. But I already, you know, I was already so certain of it. And then on the 20th of February, of course, the PS4 was announced, which was just great to see. And like all the predictions, you know, they actually turned out to be pretty right. Like, for example, that Uncharted 4 wasn't going to be announced at the Spike VGAs. But that, of course, was already known far before that. You know, that the PS4 was going to be announced either at E3 2013 or a special event before that. Anyways, I made a lot of predictions, and they all turned out pretty right. Also, like The Last of Us, I said that it was coming out in like April or something, and it turned out to actually come out in May, but then later it was, of course, delayed to June. So, but yeah, that was just great to see. But there's still some predictions that I have about Uncharted 4, which, you know, I can't really prove yet, of course, because we haven't heard anything yet about Uncharted 4. So that's what this video is for. Now, in this video, as I said, I want to be updating you on all the rumors that we know about Uncharted 4, and pretty much, you know, why it's definitely coming in my eyes. Now, let's just immediately start off. First of all, free-to-play. I already knew about free-to-play for a few months before that it was actually announced. Of course, for the people that don't know it, Uncharted 3 went free-to-play, and basically everyone can play it. Now, that is, like, yeah, one of the first real things that makes me say, you know, Uncharted 4 is coming for sure. I mean, look at Killzone, look at Killzone 3. That multiplayer actually became free to play as well, to support like the franchise a bit more. And look now with the PlayStation 4 announcement, we got the announcement of Killzone Shadowfall. Now, you know, that really already says it to me. And as I said as well, like, Uncharted 3 has these block mesh maps which were made after the launch of Uncharted 3. So after Naughty Dog was done with Uncharted, they made those block mesh maps, excuse me. And yeah, I mean, to the people that don't know it, like, if a game launches, then usually the studios have like 1 or 2 months, like pure experimentation time, and they just they make all these random things just to get inspired, you know, for a next game. Now, why would they be making like all these weird maps on the Uncharted engine? Basically, they are, of course, Uncharted maps. They work on Uncharted 3. Now, why would they do that? Of course, because they're just going to continue with Uncharted. Now, that is, of course, one of the reasons that I have as well. Also, that Naughty Dog keeps supporting the multiplayer so much with free-to-play, with all the patches. Like, they do a lot of stuff still, and that's of course just to support the game and make certain that people keep playing the game. And yeah, that just it just all sums up that Uncharted 4 is going to be coming. I already said that it is Sony's biggest title at the moment, their biggest franchise, and they can't just permit to not have an Uncharted, you know, somewhere close to the launch of the PS4. I mean, that is a real system seller that they need. And even though Naughty Dog maybe wants to work on a new IP, I don't think Sony will really let them, because Uncharted is just such a big franchise and they need a game like that. Even if Naughty Dog really wants to do a new IP, you know, I think Sony would still have like another studio working on an Uncharted game then, like they did with Sony Bend for the PS Vita for Uncharted Golden Abyss. So, but I'm just sure that, you know, Sony knows that the real Uncharted quality can only be done by Naughty Dog. You know, you can only have an Uncharted game of such high quality by Naughty Dog. And I think Naughty Dog just wants to continue with Uncharted. They've always said that. And I mean, yeah, people say like, you know, Naughty Dog always does, like, they make a new IP, or they have a new IP with a new console generation. Now, what you need to realize is Naughty Dog has really changed. Naughty Dog isn't Naughty Dog anymore from the PS1 era and the PS2 era. You can already see that now with like The Last of Us. I mean, they come with this new IP at the end of a console generation, you know. Did they do that with the PS2 or the PS1? No, they didn't. And I think The Last of Us is kind of like their new IP for their experimenting and stuff, and they can have like a team working on that, basically, so they can still innovate. But that was just because they knew that they were gonna continue Uncharted after Uncharted 3 with like 1 or 2 more games. And yeah, that's basically one of the reasons as well. Now, what people are asking me as well is like, do you think that Uncharted 4 will be a PlayStation 4 exclusive? Yes, I think that, even though Sony will still be supporting the PS3. I mean, we heard that Gran Turismo 6 may actually come out for the PS3 and maybe not for the PS4. Like, that was kind of leaked by someone from Sony. And of course, we still know about The Last of Us and Beyond and games like that, which definitely will still keep the PS3 alive. But still, they really need a system seller, as I said. And Uncharted 4 is the real system seller that they want. You know, it's a game that everyone with a PS3 loves. You know, everyone with a PS3 loves that. And when a PS4 comes out, that's just, if they have that game as an exclusive, then yeah, Sony can just be very certain that they're going to sell a lot of the PS4s, because people want to play Uncharted 4 as well. Now, here's one of the other things, like the name for the game. Killzone, you know, and Infamous, look at those games. You know, Infamous had 2 parts, Killzone had 3 parts, and they were all numbered. And now the new Infamous is called Infamous Second Son, and the new Killzone is called Killzone Shadowfall. They don't really have a 3 and a 4 behind it. And yeah, that's just to kind of like show that those games, they are still the IPs that you know, but they are like different from their predecessors, and they just want to have like a real new start. Now, this makes me kind of wonder if they're actually going to call Uncharted 4 Uncharted 4, or if they are just going to call it Uncharted subtitle. Now, I really hope they're just going to, you know, call it Uncharted 4. Basically, you know, I think Uncharted is really this, they are all different adventures, so, you know, Naughty Dog has always said that, so it seems very logical to me that they are actually just going to call Uncharted 4, but it's still something to be interested in, like, if they're actually going to call it Uncharted 4. Now, here's a few of the things, yeah, a few of the rumors. Now, we have Graham McTavish, who is the voice actor and actually the real actor of Zoran Lazarevic and Charlie Cutter from Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3. Of course, he played Lazarevic in Uncharted 2 and Cutter in Uncharted 3. Now, Cutter was always meant as a character that was actually going to be in the full game, in Uncharted 3 for the full length of the campaign. So, but he actually had to go and shoot for The Hobbit. He played in The Hobbit, the actor of Cutter, Graham McTavish, and yeah, that was the reason why Cutter broke his leg pretty much in like midway through the game, but he was actually meant to. Yeah, to be in the game for like till the end, but yeah, of course he wasn't. But that still means that he's really meant for an Uncharted 4, and yeah, I mean, we saw a few tweets of him. So the first tweet actually was on the 23rd of February. Someone asked him, "When is Charlie Cutter coming back, sir?" And then he said, "Uncharted fans, I will keep you posted." Now he wouldn't have said this if he knew that there wasn't gonna be another Uncharted. He wouldn't have said this if he knew that he wasn't gonna play in a new Uncharted. So that basically already says it to me. Then 6 days later, actually, he tweeted, "For gamers, just back from Thursday on a new project. Very hush hush, but I think it's going to be rather good." Now, of course, it may not be Uncharted 4, but, it seems very weird that he tweets this 6 days after that he tweeted that other tweet, and, yeah, if you look kind of like at his record from games he played in, he has only really played in 3 main franchises, which were Infamous, Call of Duty, and Uncharted. So, it narrows it down to, yeah, me saying that it's probably for Uncharted. Now, on the 3rd of March, which wasn't too long ago, he actually tweeted again, and he said, "Great evening with my pal Nolan North, drinking too much of his rather excellent bourbon." Now, of course, for the people that don't know, Nolan North is the actor of Nathan Drake, and yeah, it kind of makes me wonder, like, why would he be with Nolan North at that time? Maybe they're friends, maybe not, but they probably don't really live close to each other, so I don't really see them yeah, doing a lot of activities together all the time. So if they were together, it kind of makes me wonder, like, this should be for Uncharted 4, right? That's why they are together. Now, still, the announcement and release date, my predictions on those pretty much still stand, except for the release date. I think that Uncharted 4 is going to be announced this E3 2013, in 2 months. It's from the 11th of June till the 13th of June. And but the Sony press conference will be at like the 10th or the 11th. I'm not really sure. I think that Sony is just gonna have this full press conference showing off great PS4 games, and then they're gonna end it with a surprise. And I can totally see that they're gonna show Uncharted 4 there. Probably still like a kind of like teaser trailer, or maybe just a full trailer. But we won't really see anything else in a trailer, I think, because I think that the release date for Uncharted 4 is going to be somewhere in 2014. Now, last time I said, like, I think it's going to be fall 2013 with the release of the PS4, or early 2014. But I gotta kind of, I really gotta, yeah, kind of come back to that. I think it's actually going to be announced or released right now in 2014, I would say. I think Naughty Dog is really going to make sure that this game is going to be of full quality. I mean, Uncharted 3 had some criticism, of course, because they split in teams and they didn't have a lot of time to to really have all the features that Uncharted 2 had and make the game even better than Uncharted 2. It wasn't in many people's eyes. So I really think that that they will just they will have it released in 2014, early 2014 or fall 2014. I wouldn't really know right now. Uncharted is, of course, this game that Sony would keep for the fall, of course, for like this big Christmas title, but at the same time, maybe they want to have it close to the PS4 launch, so early 2014 wouldn't be a bad possibility either. I can't really tell right now, but I don't think they will make it to like fall 2013 with the launch of the PS4, because we don't know of it right now yet, so they would announce it at E3 and then it would already come out like 4 months after. I don't really see that happening. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, Uncharted 4, it's going to be great. It's going to be announced in like 2 or 3 months. I mean, I can't wait for it, and I'm wondering to see when the launch date will be, but we'll have to see about that. And then pretty much I want to thank you a lot for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.
My